iPhone or your iPad. Your iPhone 4S and any of the iPhone 5s have a GPS chip in them, which allows your maps to work when you're backcountry, and it allows it to run off of satellites instead of cell phone towers. So it's a great tool to have when you're in the field. The digital maps load the same for Colorado, which I'll be loading today, but they work the same way for the Wyoming maps as well. In this new thumb drive, we actually now have the mule deer and antelope concentrations as well as the elk concentration. On the Colorado Big Game CD digital maps, we do have the whitetail, turkey, goose, and pheasant, but that's only for everything east of I-25, and that's all the eastern plains. So one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to open this up, and we're going to pop in the thumb drive. And that's just, I'm sticking that in. That's a 32 gig drive that has over 2,000 maps on it. The next thing I'm going to do is tether my iPhone. So I'll plug that into my other USB here. One of the apps that I need to make sure that I have on my iPhone or my iPad is I need to go to the App Store and I need to do a search on PDF Maps. And that's made by Avenza. That's just a free app that you're going to download. I've already downloaded it so I can open it, but right here it would say free, and you'd click on that. It would ask for your password to download from your iTunes. I'm going to go ahead, and I just want you to have that on your iPhone. So now that I have that tethered and I have my USB drive in, I'm actually going to open up iTunes on my Macintosh. On my Windows computer, I would also open iTunes just through my Start menu. So now that I'm in iTunes right here, I would click up here in this corner where it says iPhone, and that's going to take me to my iPhone directory here. I'm going to click on Apps up here at the top. I have Summary Info. I'm going to click on Apps. Down at the bottom of this, you will see there's a place called File Sharing. Once you've installed PDF Maps, that's going to be one of the apps that shows up here. There's two different ways to load maps to your iPhone or your iPad. You either can do that through the USB, through iTunes, or the other way is to do it through the USB and load it through Dropbox. Dropbox is just a cloud technology where you go to Dropbox.com and you sign up for a free account with them, and they give you 2 gig in space for free. Under our HuntData mobile maps.pdf, there's a tutorial on that as well on how to load Dropbox. Also, we have it on our website as well. When you go to HuntData.com and you click on your iPhone, there's an option there that you can click on that takes you through the steps of how to do Dropbox. But right now for this video, we're going to be showing you how to go into iTunes and tether your phone, put in the USB in this drive. We're now in iTunes here. We've scrolled down. We've clicked on the apps up at the top. And up at the top, when I first open up apps, I'm going to see all of this up at the top. I have to make sure that I come over here and I scroll down to the lower half of my screen under Apps, and I'll see a thing called File Sharing. When I come over here and click on PDF Maps, this is a place where I can come and click on this Add button, and I can add maps. I already have some maps out here, but let's say, for example, you wanted to load hunting maps for your iPhone for the Unit 12. So I would click on Add, and that's going to bring up an interactive directory there. I'm going to come over here. My little thumb drive is called HuntData. So I'm going to click on HuntData. On your Windows machine, it would look a little bit different, but on the Mac, this is the way it looks. So you would scroll down, and you would look for the unit sorted numerically. So you can see every one of these units are listed. So when I double-click on the Unit 12, I'm going to see all the different maps that we have for Unit 12. We have a topo, and if you see this extension, there's a TIFF extension and there's a KMZ extension. If you look to the left here, it's a really small icon, but there's actually a blue globe, which stands for Google Earth. That would be a file if I wanted to load that map in Google Earth. But right now for this app, for PDF Maps, I need a file that ends in TIFF. So if I wanted the topo, I can click on that. If I hit Control-click, I can load more than one at a time. There's also a satellite image of that. You can see that displayed up here as well. There's a land use. So if I wanted topo and land use, I could click there. I'm not going to use the satellite right now, but if I wanted to pull in maybe the mule deer and the elk concentration and the antelope, remember again, I'm clicking on just the TIFF files for right now for this app. I would use those KMZ files with my Google Earth or with a Garmin if I had a Garmin. What it's doing up here, it's loading those maps into my iTunes. Now, when I actually go to my phone, I'm going to go ahead and open up PDF Maps. When you first come into it, there's 3 different menus here. Right now it's on the store for iTunes. If I click on Maps in this bottom left-hand corner, you're not going to have anything here because yours is going to be brand new. You're going to click on plus up here to add new maps. So that's where you can either add them from their store, from iTunes, or Dropbox. Our product's going to be added through one of these 2 ways down here, either through iTunes or through Dropbox. Right now, I'm going to choose iTunes, and let's say I want to go ahead and load that antelope map for Unit 12. What it does is it first imports it, and there's like a processing that it goes through, and once it's processed, it's done. Now I'm going to go back into my iTunes and add another land use map. I'm at the bottom of my iTunes account. I'm going to click on this add button. I may have to scroll down to see that. Sometimes if your screen's small enough, you may just see this. Make sure you scroll all the way down to hit this add button. And I'm going to add, when I want to add a different unit, I can go up here, and let's say we want to add Unit 14. So let's go down, and again, antelope stands for ANT stands for antelope, elk, mule deer, land use, satellite, topo. I'm going to load a TIFF file because that's what works with my app, and let's load the land use for Unit 14. I click on that. I can either double click on it or I can click add. I can see a preview of the map I'm getting ready to load. And when I click add, that's now in my iTunes, and I can come down here, or actually go up at the very top of my screen and hit plus from my iTunes sharing, and I'm going to scroll down until I see that 14. You're not going to have as many maps as me. Yours is going to be nice and clean. You'll click on GMU 14, and that's going to actually start processing and coming into my iPhone. Once that's done, you never have to do that again.